Good morning, children. Can you see the beautiful nature around me? I thought of making it a new way, always inside a classroom. It might be boring to you also. You can see the green surroundings, which will make our mind fresh. Hope you had enjoyed the vacation. Now, shall we start a new chapter? Children, what do you think of taking one's identity? Just imagine you are inside a lonely cottage and an intruder, a person enters your cottage and he wants to kill you and he wants to take your identity. He wants to live as you. What will you do at that particular situation when you are alone and you have to make yourself alive? That means you have to escape from that intruder. What will be your reaction to that intruder's actions? We are going to learn a drama written by Douglas James, If I Were You. Now, let us go through the drama. Here, an intruder enters the lonely cottage in Essex, a lonely cottage in Essex where Gerard lives. Gerard is going for rehearsal and he is busy packing the things for the rehearsal. At that time, the intruder enters and he points out a gun at him and asks him about the details of himself. That is Gerard. He asks about the details of Gerard so that he can live like Gerard. What happens? How Gerard escapes from him, or how Gerard takes him to the police. All this can be learned in this lesson, If I Were You. As this is a drama, we have to be very careful about the setup or the scene. Okay, so in this scene, you should imagine a small cottage interior is shown. There is an entrance back right, which may be curtained. It could be curtained. Another door to the left must be a practical door. The furniture is simple, consisting of a small table towards the left, a chair or two, and a divan rather upstage on the right. On the table is a telephone. So now as the scene begins, you can see that Gerard is busy packing and he is standing by a table. He is making a phone. When the curtain rises, you can see that Gerard is making a phone call to someone. And his appearance, he is of medium height and he is wearing the horn-rimmed glasses. He is dressed in a lounge suit and with a great coat. His voice is cultured, shows that he is coming from a respectable background. Gerard, he is calling someone over the phone. The first dialogue by Gerard is very important because it gives the beginning to the story. Okay. Well, tell him to phone directly. I must know. Yes, I expect I'll still be here, but you mustn't count on that. In about 10 minutes, right? Right. Oh, goodbye. So here we understand that he's expecting someone. He's getting ready to go to some place. Okay, so he's expecting someone. He's about to go to some place. So that is what this dialogue by this conversation by Gerard tells us. So he puts down the phone. He goes and to a divan. He goes to a divan on the left, and there is a traveling bag. He starts packing. So while he was engaged in packing, another man, he enters. He's similar in build to Gerard. That means he's just his built up, that is his height, his weight, all that is like Gerard. He enters from the right very silently, revolver in hand. So one thing, what does he have in his hand? He has a revolver in his hand. Okay, he's flashily dressed in an overcoat and a soft hat. He bumps accidentally against the table. So he is coming silently. He wants to enter silently, but just he bumps into the table. So the noise is heard. So what happens? Gerard turns and looks at him. So children, you know that Gerard was expecting someone. So he thought that the intruder must be that person. So he says, "Why, this is a surprise. I am glad you are pleased to see me. I don't think you will be pleased for long. Put your paws up." So he has come to kill this person and take his identity. But Gerard thought this is that other person who had called him over the phone. Okay. So he says, okay, put your paws up now. You won't be pleased for long. This is all very melodramatic. Not very original perhaps. But so now Gerard is confused. Why this man is behaving like this? So the intruder is trying to be calm. Oh. Nonchalant is your word, I think. Thanks a lot. You will soon stop being smart. I will make you crawl. I want to know a few things. See? So see, this intruder has come to Gerard in order to learn more about him, because he is going to kill Gerard and live like Gerard. So he has to know all the things that Gerard does so that he will be identical to him. So that is why he has come to Gerard, in order to have a talk with him, in order to know more about him and then to kill him and live like Gerard. Okay. So he has come there. So he says that I want to know a few things about you. So please tell some things about you. So that is what the intruder comes and tells to Gerard. So Gerard says, anything you like. All answers I know. But before we begin, I should like to change my position. You may be comfortable, but I am not.